Welcome to this course on aromaticity. Let us try to understand how conjugation plays a role and how conjugated molecules are aromatic in nature. As already mentioned in the earlier discussion, conjugation requires at least 3 overlapping p orbitals in the same plane so that electrons can be delocalized for better stability. Aromaticity cannot exist without conjugation because aromatic molecules require planarity and overlapping p orbitals. However, conjugation can exist in a molecule without being aromatic, like how we saw in acetic acid and that is the carboxylate ion and carboxylic acid. Now let us try to determine if the molecule represented below as conjugation, aromaticity, both or neither. Now this is an azulene, and you can see that there exists the overlap of p orbital. Okay, the molecule is cyclic, the molecule is planar. Now does the molecule have conjugation? The molecule represented here is called pentylene. Its common name is azulene. Yes, the atoms are all planar with more than 3 overlapping p orbitals. So you can see here we have overlapping p orbitals. Okay. Is the molecule aromatic? Let us check. Each atom has a p orbital, therefore it forms a loop. P orbitals overlap and they lie in the same plane. Yes, so both the conditions are satisfied, but the compound violates Huckel's rule because it has 8 pi electrons. So here 4n plus 2 becomes 8, but actually it should be 6. If n is equal to 1, it should be 6. If n is equal to 2, it should be 10. Therefore it violates Huckel's rule. Therefore the molecule has conjugation, but it is not aromatic. Let us take another example, cyclopropene. Now this cyclopropene has 2 electrons. So when we apply Huckel's rule, 4n plus 2 rule, your n corresponds to 0. Therefore it obeys Huckel's rule. The delocalization is not present in this molecule because delocalization is interrupted due to the presence of an sp3 hybridized orbital. Now please remember, when we encounter delocalization, it happens between sp2 hybridized orbital. So when we have 3 adjacent sp2 hybridized orbital, then there is a possibility for delocalization. But here delocalization is interrupted due to the presence of an sp3 hybridized orbital, and therefore this molecule is non-aromatic. Let us take another example, which is cyclopropenyl cation. Now in this case, the molecule has only 2 electrons. Again, here n is equal to 0. But this molecule can undergo delocalization because of the presence of this empty p orbital. So you can see here, we can draw the resonating structures, and this is the resonance hybrid, and therefore the molecule is cyclic, the molecule is planar, the molecule has delocalization, and therefore it also follows Huckel's rule, and therefore the molecule is aromatic. Let us look into cyclopropenyl anion. Now here the number of electron is 4. So we have 2 here and 2 here, and therefore it has even number of pairs. So it does not follow 4n plus 2. Rather, it has 4n electrons where n is equal to 1. And this molecule is cyclic. It is also planar. It can also have delocalization but it is said to be theoretically anti-aromatic and not stable. So what are non-aromatic compounds? As the name implies, they are not aromatic due to the reason such as lack of planarity or disruption of electrons. They may contain 4n or 4n plus 2 pi electron. And what are anti-aromatic compounds? They are planar, they are cyclic, they are conjugated system with an even number of pair of electrons. Now the first such compounds satisfy the first three criteria, that is they will be planar, they will be cyclic, they will be conjugated. But as they are planar, cyclic with an uninterrupted ring of p orbital, but still they are anti-aromatic because they have an even number of pair of electron. It should be noted that an aromatic compound is more stable compared to an analogous cyclic compound with localized electron, whereas an anti-aromatic compound is less stable compared to an analogous cyclic compound with localized electron. In 4n plus 2 systems, delocalization increases the stability, whereas in 4n systems, delocalization decreases stability. So here you can see that this is our cyclopropene. Now our cyclopropenyl cation, which satisfies all the rules and it is also aromatic, is more stable when compared to its analogous cyclic compound with localized electron, which is more stable than cyclopropenyl anion, which is anti-aromatic. So an aromatic compound here is cyclopropenyl cation. This is more stable than its analogous cyclic compound with a localized electron, which is more stable than its cyclopropenyl anion, which was considered to be anti-aromatic. So to sum up, today we have seen the beginning of aromaticity. We understood why benzene is aromatic in nature and what are the conditions that one need to apply to find whether a molecule is aromatic or not. We have understood the concept of resonance, the concept of conjugation, the concept of delocalization. We have also understood the difference between aromatic, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic compound. We have also studied in detail about the existence of benzene and various experimental evidence that supports the existence of benzene. So let us try to apply all these principles in solving problems. We can understand all these concepts in a better way only when we try to solve as many problems as possible. Therefore, I encourage each and every one of you to look into the assignments that is given to you and solve the problems so that you get enriched with all these concepts. And I also wish that you come up with a lot of questions and doubts so that I can explain very clearly or I can clear your doubts in the next session. Thank you one and all. Have a great day.